Green Tree Productions is proud to present Duncanville Weekly News. It's the good news just for the City of Champions, Duncanville, Texas. And now, here's your host, John Thompson.
Hello, world, America, Texas, and Duncanville, and welcome to this edition of Duncanville Weekly News for the last part of March, 1st of April, 2018. Glad you're logged on and watching. Well, on this show, it's mostly Panther baseball, but first, we've got a city election coming up, and here's the deal. As usual, our city elections will be the first Saturday in May, and this year, that's May the 5th. In Duncanville, this year, we have a mayoral race, and there are three candidates, Barry Gordon, Janet Harris, and Matthew Jones. Also, there are two city council seats available, as both incumbents have decided not to run. In District 2, lifetime resident Don McBurnett is running against Misty Bain. In District 4, Jeff Burton is running and is opposed by Mark Cooks and Brenda O'Brien.
It's springtime here in Texas, and that means Duncanville Panther baseball right here on Duncanville Weekly News and the Panther Dugout Show. The Panther Dugout Show brings us updates and highlights of the past few games and a peek ahead to the Panthers' next games. The Panther Dugout Show is brought to us by James Memorial Chapel, the Pope Financial Group of Raymond James, by Leon Miller Commercial Properties, Singla Dental, Chubby's Family Restaurant on Cockrell Hill, and by the Wolverton Company. And now, with the Panther Dugout Show, here's John with all the highlights.
Hello, Duncanville baseball fans, and welcome back to the Panther Dugout Show. Well, since the last show, the Panthers have played 5 games, and here's how they did. On a cool, windy evening, the Panthers finally played a game at Coach Bob Rombach Field, hosting the Irving Tigers to open District 7 6A play. Again this year, teams will play both district games with each other in the same week. Junior Nick Flores is on the bump for the Panthers. In the bottom of the first, with no score and 1 out, Devin McPhail reaches on a Tiger shortstop error. And then Ray Harmillo draws a walk, and Devin goes to second base. Hector Crone pops a single to left to score Devin. And it's 1-0. And Ray takes second base. Nick Chavez hits a sharp single to left to load the bases with still only 1 out. Nick Flores is next, and he flies to left. Plenty to score Ray on the sac fly, and it's 2-0. Adrian Castro is next, and he hits it over the Tiger left fielder. Scoring both Knicks. And after 1, it's 4-0 Panthers. The Tigers scored a run in their second, but the Panthers answer quickly with Noah Martel. leading off with a single to center. Adam Oheka makes a nice sacrifice bunt to move Noah to second. And then back to the top of the order, and David Budinsky hits it to short. But his throw is a little wide, and Noah holds up at third. David goes to second with 2 outs. Ray then walks to load the bases. And Hector walks to plate Noah with run number 5. When Nick C. walks, scoring David, it's 6-1 after 2. It's now the bottom of the third, still 6-1 with 1 out, and Noah reaches on another shortstop error. And then Adam singles to center. And Noah goes to second. David grounds into a short to second force out of Adam. And Noah goes to third. When Devin walks, it loads the bases with 2 outs. And then Ray hits a fly ball to the left fielder, but the left fielder who somehow manages to slap the ball to the ground. And both Noah and David score. And after 3, it's 8-1 Panthers. It's now the bottom of the fourth, still 8-1 with 1 out. And Nick F. hits a deep shot to center and makes it a triple. And George Trevino runs for him. Next up is Adrian, and he hits it to center. And George tags and scores on the sac fly. And after 4, it's 9-1 Panthers. We go to the 6th, still 9-1 with 1 out. And Mark Ibarra hits it to the left, and he's on second. George runs for him. And then Adrian grounds to third, and he throws it to trainer Alex Hawkins, who is over the fence over by the batting cage. And George scores to make it 10-1. And then with Adrian on second, Noah grounds to shortstop, and he throws just a little wide to plate Adrian, and that's it. Final, Panthers 11, and the Tigers 1 on the mercy rule, and it's a great start to the District 7 6A season.
Singla Dental, your hometown dental office, is proud sponsors of our DHS athletes and the Panther Dugout Show on Duncanville Weekly News. Singla Dental offers convenient, extended hours, and same-day appointments are available. Located at 541 West Wheatland with a website of www.singladental.com and the telephone number of 972-298-4677. That's Singla Dental.
At Irving Friday night, the weather was perfect, and there was a little wind blowing out as the PA system was bursting our ears with inappropriate baseball music. David leads off with a shot to left for a standing double. Devin sacrifices him to third and is safe at first. And then Ray singles to center to plate David. And Devin goes to third. On a doodad play with Ray staying in the rundown long enough, Devin scores. And after a half inning, it's 2-0 Panthers. Hector starts on the mound for the Panthers. And they have a runner on second. And this base hit to center features Devin to Adrian to Ray for out at the plate. And it's 2-2 after one. In the Panther second with one out, David homers to left. But that's it, and after 1.5, it's 3-2 Panthers. In the second, Irving erupted, loading the bases, and this catcher's pass ball scored a run to tie it. The Tigers reloaded the bases, and this walk plated their run number 4. And at this point, Coach Fahey relieves Hector with Cesar on the mound. This walk, however, plated another run, number 5 for the Tigers. And the next batter, another walk and another run for the Tigers, but finally out number 3 on the strikeout. But after 2 full, it's 6-3 Tigers. We move to the 5th with it still 6-3 Irving, and Adrian leads off with a blast to left. And it's 6-4 after 4.5. In the 6th, with it still 6-4, the Panthers erupt. Ray leads off with a base on balls, as does Hector. And then Nick C. lays down a bunt, and a throwing error plates Ray and Hector, goes to third. Nick goes to second. Next, Nick F. hits a sharp single to right center to score Hector and Nick C. And it's 7-6 Panthers. Adrian singles to left. And Nick goes to second. Then Noah walks to load the bases. David drops one just inside fair territory in right field. And it scores Nick and Adrian. And Noah goes to third. And it's 9-6 Panthers. Devin is next. And he gets an infield single to reload the bases. Ray's next. And he doubles to center to score 2 more. And after 5.5, it's 11-6 Panthers. The Tigers scored a run in their 6th to make it 11-7, but the Panthers weren't finished. In the 7th, Adrian hits his second home run of this game to make it 12-7. Then Noah walks and is on second on a ground out when David doubles past the third baseman to score Noah. And it's 13-7 Panthers. Then Devin grounds to shortstop, but his throw was just low and wide, and David scores. And it's 14-7 with Ray at the plate. This catcher's throw gets past everybody to the outfield. And the outfielder's throw went to O'Connor Boulevard. And David trots home to make it 15-7, going to the bottom of the 7th. Elias Rivero is into relief on the mound, and after the Tigers put a couple on, it's this strikeout that ends this 3-hour game, with the Panthers winning 15-8 to go 2-0 in district play.
Leon Miller Commercial Properties is a proud sponsor of the Panthers Dugout Show on Duncanville Weekly News, as he enjoys helping to promote our DHS athletes as no one else is. Leon owns office and retail space in the heart of Duncanville on Main Street. If you're looking for a convenient, accessible, and well-kept space to rent, call Leon at 972-709-7181. He'll fix you up.
Then on Saturday morning, some 13 hours later, the Panthers hosted the Carrollton Creekview Mustangs at Coach Romback Field, with Ricardo Rangel on the mound for the Panthers. And with no score in the bottom of the first, David leads off with a double to left. Then Ray singles to center to score him. And it's 1-0 Panthers after one. In the second, with it still 1-0 and one out, Adam reaches on a third baseman error. Then steals second. David reaches on a shortstop error. And Adam goes to third with Dennis at the plate. Time for another doodad play. That's when the runner on second base distracts the defense and the runner on third scores. And in this case, David is also safe at second. And after two, it's 2-0 Panthers. To the third, Hector leads off with a blast to left. And it's 3-0. And then with one out and nobody on, Nick C. singles to right. And Laverio runs for him. And he goes to second on a wild pitch. And to the third on Noah's ground out to third. And then scores on another wild pitch. And it's 4-0 Panthers after three. In the fourth, with one out and David on second on a shortstop error and steal, Devin walks. Next up, Ray. And he singles sharply to center to load the bases. Then with Ricardo up, a wild pitch. Plates David. And then Devin scores when Adrian walks. Then Nick C. hits a ball to right field that gets by the right fielder. And it's 8-0 Panthers after four. In the fifth, after the Mustangs scored in their half, the Panthers get it right back when, with one out, Adam doubles to left. And then with two outs, Devin hammers the ball to right center for a stand-up triple. scoring Devin to make it 9-1. Then Ray walks, and with Ricardo at the plate, the doodad play is run, and Ray is tagged out, but not before Devin can score run number 10. And it's 10-1 after 6 and going to the top of the 7th. Adrian is in to mop up, and with 2 outs and none on, he gets this fly ball to center to end it. Final, Panthers 10 and Carrollton Creekview 1. The Panthers are now 10-8 on the season.
The Panther Dugout Show is sponsored by the Wolverton Company, serving Duncanville, Southwest Dallas area for over 78 years. Wolverton has been a proud sponsor of Duncanville Weekly News since their day one in 1991. From HW to Thomas to Keith to Matthew, Wolverton provides the best heating and cooling and air conditioning service there is. Call them at 972-296-COOL. That's 972-296-2665.
Jane's Memorial Chapel is the only family-owned funeral home in Duncanville and is proud to offer caring and dedicated services from familiar friends. Rick Janes and his family, the owners of Jane's Memorial Chapel and Funeral Home, have served Duncanville area families in their time of loss since 1998. A beautiful and spacious chapel is offered, and Jane's serves all cemeteries. When it comes to finding people you can trust in a time of need, you can turn to Jane's Memorial Chapel. No one else knows families better. 811 South Cockrell Hill in Duncanville.
Tuesday evening at Cedar Hill, the weather was almost perfect as the 2-0 Panthers were at Longhorn Field for the 1-1 Longhorns. And this one went quickly. With 2 outs in the bottom of the first, Ray singles to left. But he's left stranded, and after half inning, it's 0-0. Cesar started on the mound for the Panthers. And in the bottom of the first, the Longhorns have runners on second and third with nobody out. And this fly ball to left is a sacrifice fly. And after one, it's 1-0 Longhorns. In the top of the second, Adrian leads off, drawing a walk. And then with 1 out, Nick C. singles to center, and Adrian goes to second. But they were left stranded, and it's still 1-0 after 1.5. In the Cedar Hill second, they have runners on second and third with 1 out, and this ground ball is enough to plate their second run. And then the next batter hits a double play ball to short, but beats the relay throw to Noah at first. And Cedar Hill scores again on the play. And after 2, it's 3-0 Longhorns. We go to the Panther fifth with, it's still 3-0, and with 2 outs and none on, Adam gets one past the shortstop, and then David gets on base with a hit to left. And Adam goes to second, but Devin strikes out to end the inning. Still 3-0 Longhorns after 4.5. We go to the top of the 7th, still 3-0. 2 outs, none on, and Noah is at the plate, and he hits a rope to center to keep hopes alive. And then Adam hits a line drive, but right at the center fielder for out number 3 to end it. Final, Cedar Hill 3 and the Panthers nothing. Of course, these two teams will play at Coach Bob Brombach Field Friday night.
Chubby's Family Restaurant on Cockrell Hill at Skyline is your full-service restaurant for Duncanville. Open from 6 to 9, Monday through Thursdays, till 10 p.m. Fridays and Saturdays. They feature traditional American cuisine. They offer takeout and delivery and are one of the very best catering restaurants in the area. Call 972-298-1270 and find out for yourself.
Friday evening, the undefeated in district play Longhorns were at Coach Romback Field on a breezy, lightly cloudy evening to meet the Panthers again. And starting on the mound for the Panthers was Nick Flores. We go to the bottom of the third with no score, 1 out, and Adam reaches first when he strikes out, but the Longhorn catcher can't handle it. And then with David at the plate, Richard Rangel running for Adam, steals second. And then when David grounds out to third, Ricardo takes third. And then with 2 out, Devin walks. And then with Ray at the plate, time for the doodad play with Devin breaking for second base. The catcher throws it to short, but the shortstop's throw back to the plate is too late, and Ricardo comes in from third. But that was it for the third, and after 3 full, it's 1-0 Panthers. We go to the bottom of the fourth, still 1-0, and Nick F. leads off with a nice double to right center. And Edward Ramirez runs for him. When Nick C. lays down a sacrifice bunt, the Longhorn pitcher throws it low and inside to first, and Edward scores. But that was it. And after 4 complete, it's 2-0 Panthers. We go to the Longhorn fifth, and they have runners on first and second with 1 out. And this 2-base hit to right center plates a run, leaving runners on second and third. This fly ball to center is not caught by Devin. And 2 more runs are home. And a runner is at second. The next batter hits it in the hole between first and second, and Noah gets to it, but his throw to first with Nick covering is wide, and the runner from second scores. After 4.5, it's now 4-2 Longhorns. We go to the bottom of the seventh, and it's still 4-2, and Noah leads off with a sharp single to left. But Edward has to run for him because it looks like he pulled something, running to first. Edward takes second on a wild pitch. And then Mark is hit by a pitch. So runners are on first and second. The tying runs are on. Elias runs for Mark. This wild pitch moved the tying runs to second and third with 2 outs. But check out this final out by Devin. Final. Cedar Hill Longhorns 4 and the Panthers 2. Each show we have a play of the week, and this time it happened in the home game with Irving when leading 2-0 with 2 on and 2 outs. Junior Adrian Castro lines a double over the left fielder's head to the wall to score both runs. This made it 4-0 Panthers, who went on to win 11-1, and that's why it's the play of the week.
The play of the week is brought to us by the Pope Financial Group of Raymond James. For all your investment needs, call John at 972-780-0533 or come by 222 East Wheatland right here in Duncanville. It's the Pope Financial Group of Raymond James.
The teams are into District 7 6A play, and here are the current standings. The Cedar Hill Longhorns are the only undefeated team in the district. The Grand Prairie teams are both 3-1. The Panthers and Irving MacArthur are 2-2. Irving Nimitz and Irving are 1-3, and DeSoto is having their normal baseball season. The Panthers will continue their play in district and a couple of non-district games, and here's their upcoming. District play continues on Monday, March 26th, with the Panthers at Irving Nimitz. And then on Friday, the 30th, the Vikings will be at Bob Rombach Field. Then on Saturday, the 31st of March, a non-district game at Fort Worth Southwest at 1 o'clock. District play continues then on April the 3rd when the South Grand Prairie Warriors will be here. Also on April the 3rd, Middale Lane between North Cedar Ridge Road and North Greenstone Lane will be renamed the Kathy Self Morgan Way to honor Duncanville's winningest coach, and she ain't done. It'll be at the Sandra Meadows Memorial Arena at 5:30. And did Martha and I have anything to do with this idea? What do you think? Then on Friday, the Panthers will be over at South Grand Prairie. On Saturday the 7th, another non-district game with Arlington Oak Ridge at noon at Coach Bob Rombach Field. Remember, all district games start at 7 p.m. And games that are rained out are usually made up the next night. We'll be back on April the 10th with highlights of those games as well as the dedication of the Kathy Self Morgan Way Street. And as we close, let's see some scenes from the Duncanville Chamber of Commerce Flavor of Duncanville that is held each year during spring break. And we'll see you April the 10th.
Only aromas.
You can say something.
Have a chicken fried steak and subs.
Wow.
Hi! Jane Ward Marcus, yay!
Hashtag we serve.
Miss Martha, it's
She knows it. She knows it.
So what's coming up?
We are opening this evening Murder by Natural Causes. It's a murder mystery, and it's suspenseful, and the plot changes all the time, and it's going to be a great show. A good cast.
It's a video.
It's a video.
Video.